Welcome to Subject to Change. Today, we're going to take a deeper look into the situation with the Will Smith and Chris Rock incident. I've been watching and I've been listening all around, from online on YouTube and all over social media. And some of the things I'm seeing and some of the opinions of the people is really lacking in perspective. It's like people are just one track minded. They're not looking at the entirety and the full situation. I briefly touched on this in my previous video, which you can go check out. The link will be in the description. But on this one, I'm gonna get a little bit more in depth. So let's talk about this. Was he really defending his wife? Was he really defending his black queen? Fuck no. 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 This was not defending. First of all, that joke was light. It was like a love tap that he was already laughing at. That wasn't something that involved you having to get your hands dirty. I've heard worse. I've seen worse. There have been. This would be the situation where if I'm with a female and they heard this, it's like, okay, that's weak. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If they hear some lame joke, they be like, oh, okay. Heck, they might even chuckle at it. Like, that joke was a chuckle. It wasn't disrespectful. It wasn't worth throwing hands. And it seems like people seem to really been missing that. Oh, that's how we do it from Philly. No, please stop. No, please stop. He's defending his wife, that black queen. Yeah, go. No, stop, please stop. No, that's not what's happening here. This was a man that cracked under pressure after his wife took offense to it. Normally, if this happens, a woman would really just look at it like, come on. Like, okay, oh, okay. That was pretty funny. I was like, okay, that's what she really saying is, yeah, that was really weak. Or, the fake laugh, like, oh, that was the best you got. Like, I've heard worse. They're coming from an environment where this should be something that they're used to. But no, this was not defending his queen. If anything, all he did was just further expose himself and his family and his career to the elements. Because now, everybody is going to test you. No, so this is what triggers you. All I gotta do is talk about her being bald. Open season. Every comic is gonna go in on this. And if they're not, I will be shocked. Unless they really just have respect and are gonna try to look out for Will. That would be the only reason I could see them not doing that. Like when Chris Rock did him a favor by not pressing charges. This is what I mean by getting yourself open to the elements. I've been in situations like this before with females where they give you the look and what you feel like you need to defend yourself, but this is not that moment. It's not like you out in the streets either. They was in a controlled environment. They was in an environment with security. They was in an environment amongst their peers, people they work with, people they network with, people that are in positions of power that everybody's supposed to help each other out. And now you went and did that, and you did that on on national TV. You just exposed yourself to the elements. So now what's going to happen here is people is now going to be thinking, well, can I trust this man? Can I trust to bring him with me on other events? Because if his wife's not happy, who knows what he might do? He might have a meltdown, or he might attack some of my friends. Now they're going to look at him as just another angry black man. All because of that one moment, just that one moment. And this brother, he had time to think about this. I mean, he got up, like after he looked at his wife, he got up, he saw the stage, he walked to the stage, walked up the steps, walked up to Chris, smacked Chris, turned around, walked off stage, walked down the steps, then walked back to a seat, and then uttered 2 times, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Like, honestly, to me, what I saw, this looked very weak. I've seen this in high school, because that's exactly what this looked like. This looked like something I would see in high school, something I would see from people in their 20s. Because this is exactly that bravado. I'm trying to show off and try to look cool for my wife, but you really wasn't. And I'm shocked. I'm a little shocked that people are not seeing that perspective. This isn't funny. Like, this isn't funny at all. One, you hit another brother. So now you're at an event where it's been predominantly a white person show for many, many, many years. So now they're looking at you as, ugh, I can't take these people. This is why you can't take them anywhere. I know eventually they was gonna crack. They always do. That's one thing you're gonna have to deal with. The next thing you got to deal with is now your relationships, your other relationships, your networking, which pretty much is the same thing. They're looking at this like, I can't trust him. How can I bring him? Is he going to do this? Of course, it was people that came to his side, pulled him to the side, and had a little talk with him. That was the real friends. That's what you're supposed to do, because that was uncalled for. It was on national TV. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should tolerate everything. I'm not saying your woman should be disrespected and you should tolerate that, or you shouldn't put hands. But this really wasn't it. This was not that time. Oh, your wife? Yeah, she looked like G.I. Jane. Ha 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 ha. I mean, yeah, it was worth a chuckle to me, but it wasn't like I'm gonna get up on stage and stole him. As we would say in Philly, he got stole. So, was that really worth it? No. Even if I felt that disrespected, like, remember, you got a legacy now. You're not in the same position as everybody else. You're not just an actor. You're a high roller, a high ranking actor that makes a lot of money, that has produced hundreds of millions of dollars. You can't do this. You're not in the same position, and people seem to don't understand that. They think, oh, well, you just go ahead and do. No, you can't just do that. This is the real world. This ain't high school. This ain't the streets. This was on national TV. That's not even the environment. Of course, we all men, as I was stating before, and there is a time and a place for that. But so much has happened by you doing that, and people are slowly starting to see it. Some people are talking about they want to take his Oscar away. Other people now, and then not just that, now it's going to be another door you just opened. Now, is it okay to just get on stage and slap comedians because I don't like their jokes? Well, I saw Will Smith did it. See? That's going to be the next thing. Now you're going to be used as an excuse for other people to go and commit heinous acts when it wasn't necessary. Is that the legacy he was really trying to leave behind? Is this the real legacy? You have a number one selling book. You just and amazingly, you got an Oscar that night. You got an Oscar for a role. I didn't see the movie yet, but congratulations on your win. On getting that Oscar. You've been working hard for many years. I'm not here to discredit the work. I'm not here to say you're not a man. But I'm saying, well, that's not what a man should have did. That looked very weak and that looked very feminine. That's not how we do things. Once again, I'm not saying it's okay to have your woman disrespected, but let's be honest. Any real man would be like that. That was not worth it. Heck, you could have, like I stated in my last video, you could have tried to make that into something. You could have turned that and flipped it into something better. Or his wife could have did that. Hey, that's not such a bad idea, G.I. Jane. Hey, maybe I could do a few skits on that from Chris Rock and then laugh. And then get a few 100 million views off of that, off the Red Table Talk. Heck, you could have came in their military style. That could have been flipped. But it wasn't. It wasn't flipped. And now here we are today. The world is torn over, well, did he do the right thing? Well, what about Chris Rock? Well, why didn't he hit him? Chris Rock is a little guy compared to him. I mean, honestly, that could have went either way. So I'm still on the fence with that one. If was it in his best interest to just take the hit, or should he have swung back? I'm still on the fence with that. I'm pretty sure I would have just hit him. That's just me personally, but I don't think I'm just gonna get slapped on national TV and not do nothing. But somebody was thinking. So in that instance, I do respect Chris because he was trying to be professional. And it looked like he actually understands They're both in their 50s. Let that sink in. They're in their 50s. This is not something that 50-year-olds should be doing. They have presidents, they have examples. Heck, if you felt that kind of way, you could have made it into a celebrity boxing match and had a promotion. And then we can do this legally. What if Chris Rock pressed charges on him? That would be a blemish on his record. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he could fight the case. Easy, he got the money. But still, is it all worth it? Was it really worth it? Was all this really worth it? I mean, people gotta really think about that. Let's not look at it from like the perspective of we outside. They wasn't like, yeah, they were outside, but they were at an event. Would you go to somebody's event, somebody's house, and start a fight in their house? At least have the common decency to say, look, I didn't respect what you said. We need to go out. We're gonna have to go outside. Or is it okay for somebody to just fight and break up your house and embarrass you? Because when people do that, it's not just being disrespectful. It's not so much of your wife being disrespected now. Now you're being disrespectful to your own host because you're in their house and you acting out of line and they brought you in there. It doesn't look right. And I wouldn't want somebody coming to my house if I know they just gonna tear up the house fighting or disrespecting me, like, because now it's like safety and everything. Of course, they have security, etc. But we live in the real world. There's rules. Not everything is just gonna be handled that way. Again, if we have an issue, let's get the gloves. Let's go in the back. Okay. Bop, 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 bop. Get it out the way. Okay, let's get back to work. Or, and since they're celebrities, they could have turned this into a money-making opportunity. Or he could have gotten this, or he could have just said, look, I got an issue with him. Could have did a few live streams. I didn't like that joke. I thought it was very disrespectful, and I think we need to go in the ring. Let's set it up, or something like that. It could have went so many different ways, but it didn't. And here we are. Country's torn. At least with my Facebook news feeds, you got people out here just out of control with these comments. But half of them, if not none of them, didn't even look at it this way. The money. Don't want to screw up the money. That's the legacy. Is this how you want to be remembered? On your own Oscar night, nobody even cared he won an Oscar. They just was like, oh, wow, you smacked somebody. Ooh, and this is what we have to deal with now. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. No, I'm here, curious. Go ahead and please comment. I want to hear your thoughts. Am I missing something? Is my perspective off? Am I not looking at the full story? Go ahead, comment. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. And don't forget to subscribe. And heck, as more information come out, maybe my opinion will be subject to change. You take care.